Okay, so my two last questions I have on as far as getting paid on government work, oftentimes we cannot lien the project.
Sure.
So what would we do in that case?
So on government projects, you're required most of them. You're required to almost all of them. You're required to have a bond unless it's within a certain dollar amount. The smaller.
Let's say it's not over the requirement. Let's say it's under the requirement for a bond. What would I do?
Then you can't lien that project, and you're relying on the strength of the public entity. And so the key is making sure all your change orders are executed. Now, on public projects, you're not going to be making you can. There's some case law that says you can make claims for additional work that isn't executed, but there's all these different sovereign immunity defenses to work outside of the original contracted scope of work. And it's going to really depend on, what that additional work is as to whether or not you can recover. But on those smaller projects where bonds are not required, you're essentially relying upon the strength of that public agency. On the projects where the bonds are required, which are most, I believe the threshold is 250,000. So it's, most public projects are greater than that. You're required, the contractor is required to have a bond. And so you would want to, perfect your bond claim. The bond's required to be recorded in the public records with the notice of commencement, and you would have the opportunity to make a claim against that bond instead of recording a lien. Now, if you're a sub, then you'll need to send the notice to contractor, which is essentially like a notice to owner, upstream. And then you would need to, on a private project, you would need to send a notice of non-payment. On a public project, if you are in privity with the contractor, you just file the claim against the bond.